I had to deal with just looking at these comments like, why don't you show them? A director doesn't always mean that you're the creator. I was kind of stunting my growth on social media. So I'm currently just doing some Princess Mononoke film studies, and this is a common practice by many storyboard artists and animators. I'm still trying to see where I fit in within the YouTube artist community. I don't really see many artists doing film studies, and that's something that I feel like I need to keep doing as a storyteller. It's definitely not as glamorous as doing cute sketches and pretty drawings, but this is honestly what I do to improve my art and storytelling skills. Even at work, the most common critique for anyone is to always keep watching films, and I want to vlog the things I actually draw to learn and improve without the fear that it's not cute or pretty enough for a YouTube video. So I'm trying to be more genuine with the content I create and have it actually align with the things I do in real life instead of doing like some irrelevant piece of drawing that I'm just doing for the sake of a YouTube video. Hello bitches, welcome back to my channel, and I thought I would finally announce the winner of the sketchbook tournament. It's the student film sketchbook. Congrats on whoever wanted to see this sketchbook get finished. It's basically the sketchbook I used to finish my third year student film, and I had, quite a bit of it left to do, but it's not like terribly much. So for the types of sketches I will be doing in this sketchbook, it's not going to be as elaborate as the Draw With Me sketchbooks, but it will be more for like me, like more fun stuff, more educational stuff for me, and more of what a sketchbook really should be instead of making it just a pretty book of pictures. Today I was just doing some explorations of scenes from Princess Mononoke, where I was just looking at some of the action scenes and honestly just wanted to study the way that some of the shots were composed. So today something really awkward happened where I was supposed to do an Instagram live with my friend Noor. So we had a lot of technical difficulties because we found out apparently Instagram Live currently does not work in Dubai, but it could not be resolved within the time span that the live was happening in. So I had to improvise last minute and figure out like what should I do during this live then. So I decided that I would try to answer everyone else's questions, but this live went on a bit of a chaotic path. It's basically when I was trying to just answer some people's questions, there are a bunch of people who clearly are not there for the right reasons, and I had a lot of people just honestly harassing me through Instagram Live in front of everyone. It was honestly a very awkward and uncomfortable situation, and one of those things that I feel like was truly testing me to see if I'm capable of handling the internet, because I just was there wanting to give informative, educational advice to anyone who wants to get into animation. Meanwhile, while I'm trying to be really serious and like help this one girl with her art and improving her portfolio, I had to deal with just looking at these comments like being like, oh hello you why don't you show them to us in the chat. It was very uncomfortable for me to really just hold it all together and pretend like everything was fucking okay when really I was just not okay, but meanwhile having to put on a happy face and be like, yeah, and that's how you improve your art. Good job. It was just honestly a very frustrating situation because I don't really know how to properly live stream on Instagram yet, and I'm not like really looking to go on all these different platforms just to learn how to live stream. I feel like right now I just want to work with what I have and not necessarily just start a whole Twitch platform just because of this one situation. So I'm hoping that the next time it will be better, but just so you know, I don't condone sexual harassment just because somebody looks like they're okay dealing with like these disgusting, creepy comments and just having it held together. Deep down inside, I don't feel okay, and I just wanted to let you all know for any of you who had to witness what happened. I hope it never happens again to anyone or myself, but that's of course unrealistic to really ask for. But whatever. Moving on, I know how to use Instagram Live a little bit better now, and I'm hoping that less of this will happen in the future. So to make myself feel better, I got 2 more art prints that I'm gonna put up on my wall. This was originally intended for my studio makeover, which was in my previous video, but these prints were not able to come on time, unfortunately. So I decided that, you know what, I like the way that I made my studio already, and I still love these prints that were from artists that were from museums, except I was not alive to ever see any of these. Actually, I was 2 years old when this one was out. So since they do not really have a space currently in my office, I decided that I'll put them in my bedroom, since my bedroom is relatively the same color palette as my office. So yeah, this hammer is me, and these nails are the rude bitches to me from Instagram Live. So don't come at me, PETA. There they are. So yeah, now that wall is just a little bit less blank, and I apologize if I seemed a little bit aggressive about what just happened to me, but yeah, it was just frustrating. Honestly, just imagine being up doing like a business presentation or something educational only for people to be like, anyway, I have to get to a meeting where I just have to help out people with their storyboards. I don't know if this affects the timing or if timing even matters in this stage, but would you envision like just a few shots of like things like that? So today I just kind of had office hours, which is pretty much like a time slot in the day where I just kind of help board artists go over their work. That's kind of one of my responsibilities now as an assistant director, is I just look over how everyone's doing and just understand like the overall big picture of what is happening, where is everybody up to, what does anyone need help on. You kind of have to play a bit of the middleman and just like understand what the show creator wants and make sure that the board artists are aligning with that vision. After a super frustrating day, I just feel like having some soup is really wholesome. I still have to storyboard from time to time, but the things I kind of do now are more like revisionist. It's kind of like you're a revisionist again, except you just have like, bigger thinking responsibilities to do, or you have to think about a lot more things like big picture wise. I still do board things from scratch, just not as much as when I was a board artist. Am I allowed to talk? Hello bitches. I am currently just doing fixes for a storyboard sequence because there were a lot of changes made in the script. But we also have a screening of one of the episodes that recently got the animatics semi-finished. It's always fun to do a crew screening because you can see everybody's reactions for the first time, and it's not like just you and the same team members who have been seeing the same thing for the past God knows how long. Also today, I would just like to say that I finally did a successful Instagram Live with my friend Noor, unlike yesterday where it was just a very awkward, uncomfortable experience, and you can now check it out on my Instagram. And I learned how to fucking block people, finally. Honestly, Instagram I feel like has so much to work on with their live app and just in general their video platform, because they keep saying like, we're now a video platform, but your video things suck. Today was pretty much a day of just doing storyboard fixes, and I pretty much have to review one of our episodes that we just completed and spend some time giving back some feedback for some more future fixes. So I figured I would just have a little bit of a change of environment and work environment and just sit on my couch and do it from my laptop, because anytime I have work that does not require me to draw or be on the Cintiq, I will take advantage of that moment and try to be on my laptop and be somewhere else, like maybe in my room, maybe in the living room, maybe in the dining room, or now that I have this couch, I can be on this couch. So there are some questions that some people sometimes ask me about kind of what it means to be a director or assistant episodic director for story. And honestly, it's kind of still like just being a storyboard artist, except you have more mentorship and leadership abilities. In a way, I still feel a little bit weird about having my opinion valued, which is really weird to think about because that's a great thing. But for me, it's like coming from a place where you feel like your opinion doesn't matter is like a little bit of a culture shock. Goodbye, Mrs. Pie. So a glance in the week would really be like half of the time I am doing board fixes or helping other board artists, or I am giving notes and providing feedback every time I have to review like an animatic or a storyboard when it's updated. And in general, I just have to make sure that pretty much everybody is on the same page. But yeah, also some other things that I feel like people get confused about when it comes to directing is when you're a creator or a showrunner, you are usually almost always still a director at the same time. However, a director doesn't always mean that you're the creator or the showrunner, because I feel like every time I say like, oh, like I'm directing or somebody is directing, you think like they are the creator of this film or the creator of this movie, when really that's not always the case. Usually that might be the case for like some feature films. However, when it comes to a lot of these animation shows or smaller projects, a director is usually someone who helps direct like the vision of the show creator or the showrunner. Basically, a showrunner slash creator is almost always a director, but a director is not always the showrunner or creator, if you know what I'm saying. I think being a director ultimately is still good practice to eventually creating your own thing, and even when you are creating your own project, you are still directing it. But enough talking about my job, and maybe I should actually start getting back to doing it. Hello, so this is voiceover Michelle taking over now, and I am pretty much just illustrating a comic about the incident that happened on Instagram Live, but no need to talk about that anymore. If you want to check the comic out, it's actually just now on Instagram if you want to read it. But I've been coming to the sad realization, not even a realization, it's something I've always known was gonna happen, is that I'm not able to do as much as I was before, and I've been definitely spreading myself too thin lately. When I was a revisionist first starting off on Trash Truck, it was just easier for me to work on all of these other random things going on just because I was a revisionist during that time. My time was more open during those days, but you know, as I advanced further into my career, I was not able to do as much, and a part of me kind of felt bad, and I was just like, honestly, even feeling a bit insecure that I was kind of stunting my growth on social media. But then there are parts of me that are still like, well, isn't this what you wanted all this time, was for social media to help you with your main career instead of the other way around? Everything I work hard on, I wanted to continue growing, but I had to realize that I can't have everything grow. Like my Etsy shop, I'm currently running a clearance sale to just get rid of everything on it and close it, and it's sad because packing orders was genuinely a fun experience for me. And to be honest, one of the reasons why I wanted to keep doing it was because I was inspired by all these art YouTubers who have a channel about running their Etsy business, and a part of me almost wanted to become that too, but I honestly had to tell myself, Michelle, nuh-uh, you can't do everything. This was not the plan. The problem is I feel like I get so easily interested and fascinated in a lot of things, and I have no issue in dabbling it, but it accidentally steers me away from what I actually want to focus on. And it was starting to clash with my mental health, and that's when I knew I had to put it on pause. I don't know when I'll open it again, but I hope to sometime in the future. Finally, I'm just going to be ending the night reading Crying in H Mart 10 out of 10. Do not recommend reading this before you go to sleep because you will most definitely cry, meaning that it's amazing. But yes, please enjoy the rest of Moon Pie playing, and I will see you in the next video. So peace out and stay wholesome, bitches.